Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Game Time Chris, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, we have the bracket challenge for the NBA 2025 playoffs. So, as you guys can see here, tonight, we're actually gonna have the official eighth seeds for both the East and West. Obviously, they're not confirmed yet, but we could still do our playoff bracket without those teams. So that's exactly what we're gonna do here today. So let's start off with the Western Conference series. We have the Thunder versus potentially either the Memphis Grizzlies or the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, the Thunder finishing with the best record in the NBA and the number one seed in the West. So with that being said, I feel like personally, this Thunder team, very young, obviously led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is probably going to be MVP this year, regardless, MVP type of performance. Like, he's been exceptional for them. Obviously, if he stays healthy, this Thunder team has a they have a pretty good chance at a run here. So yeah, I feel like with them playing against either the Memphis or Mavericks, it's really weird because for a potential first round matchup, playing the Memphis Grizzlies or the Dallas Mavericks is going to be, I wouldn't want to say a test because I feel like the Thunder are going to edge them out regardless. But it's just the unusual matchup that you're going to play one of these two teams. Now, obviously, the Dallas Mavericks, they don't have Kyrie Irving. Anthony Davis is, I'm pretty sure he'll be playing. So if they do make it through, it's definitely going to be they could definitely steal a game, possibly to Memphis. Obviously, I know Ja got a little bit hurt in his last game. I don't think it's going to take him out of playing. It could have a small effect. The Memphis were still pretty competitive against the Warriors. Either way, though, Memphis and Dallas right now at this stage are kind of similar. Maybe I'll give the edge a little bit to Dallas. But regardless of who wins, though, I think neither team are going to take more than 2 games, maybe even 1. So I'm obviously going to go Thunder. Let's do I'm trying to think. Let's do 5 games. I probably should have did 6, but let's do 5 games. I think that the Thunder will take either by 5 games. But regardless, though, we have the Thunder winning. Next is the Nuggets and Clippers. Now, in my opinion, this is probably the best, if not one of the best, first round matchups that you can have. Both teams are very they have a lot of experience. They're very deep. Obviously, the Nuggets, the past couple of years, what they've done. So it's really hard to pick against them. The Clippers, when you play against, Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, especially Kawhi in the playoffs, he's really different. He's been looking actually up to form like he has been in his past years when he won a championship. So that's a little bit of a bonus for the Clippers. His 3-point percentage has been really good this season. So again, the Clippers are not a team to sleep on. And obviously in the West with the seeding coming down to the last day, anybody could have been anywhere really. So you don't really want to sleep on any team. This series, I think, is going to go 7 games. Definitely 6, but I think 7 games. It's a super toss-up of who wins. I do think the Nuggets, though, with their experience and having Nikola Jokic, it's going to make it tough for the Clippers to stop them down low. I think the Nuggets are going to win this in 7 games. It could definitely go either way, though, surprisingly. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people that how pretty good this Clippers team can be. But again, it's going to obviously come down to their star players. And yeah, so we're going to see. Next is the Lakers and the Timberwolves. Now, obviously, Luka last year played against the Timberwolves when he was in Dallas. He completely dismantled them. It's a little different this time. He's on LA. Not saying that LA are worse. I'm just saying he's with a different team. I think it's the Lakers' first year. They did have a lot of time to gel between Luka, LeBron, and AR. So they're gonna be they're definitely gonna be I don't want to say rusty. I just think that if they could find their form early, this could be a quick series. But don't sleep on the Timberwolves because this is gonna be I think the matchups for the Timberwolves, they match up pretty good against the Lakers. But if the Timberwolves, I think, want a better shot, they might have to go small in order to beat this Lakers team. I do think, though, the Lakers will win this in 6 games. Um, I don't. This is one of the series where I don't think that it's gonna get to 7 games. I mean, I don't believe it will. Hopefully, if the Lakers stay healthy, they will have a deep run. Um, it's definitely like not an easy first round matchup for sure. But I think that the Lakers can do this. If they can find a way to slow down Anthony Edwards, I think that the Lakers can wrap this series up pretty quickly. And it could even be 5. It just depends what Lakers you're gonna get, and mainly what Anthony Edwards you're gonna get. Because if Anthony Edwards is gonna put up the numbers he put against the Lakers in the regular season, then I don't see the series being that far. So it just depends. But the Lakers do have a really good defense, so it's gonna be hard to get past them. Rockets and Warriors. So for this one, it's really weird because obviously Warriors as a 7th seed is super weird to see. I know at one point of the season they were even worse. I think they were like 11th or something. I don't remember the exact number. They obviously added Jimmy Butler, and this team with Jimmy Butler has hit a new level. I mean, he's a great leader for them. Obviously, he did it with Miami when he made it to the finals against LeBron. So he's definitely been there before. He gives a lot of leadership and experience. Curry, again, obviously is the star tandem for this team. I mean, he could definitely win a series by himself for sure. He's been really good for them. I do think though that they got a little bit, I wouldn't say lucky. They almost could have been where the Memphis Grizzlies were. But the fact that you get Houston in the first round, I think that's a little bit of a treat for the Warriors. I think if they would have played OKC, I don't think they would have won. But against the Houston Rockets, it's a whole different ball game. I haven't watched much of the Rockets this season, so I don't want to be like one of those people that's like undervaluing who they are. I know they're a very young team. I know they have players that can score. But I'm gonna say Warriors in 7. I don't think you can just easily beat the Golden State Warriors. I don't think you can play the Warriors, especially Curry, which is one of the greatest competitors of all time. I don't think you just go by him so easily. I think if the Rockets are gonna win this game, it's gonna be 7, and obviously they have the home court advantage. But again, I think this series is gonna go 6 or 7 games for sure, like for sure, unless the Warriors breeze past them somehow. But again. I have the Warriors winning. I'm going to do 7 just because I haven't really seen the Rockets play and I don't want to undervalue their performances. But yeah, I still have the Warriors winning this series. Now let's move on to the East Conference side. So the Cavaliers are playing either the Hawks or the Miami Heat. Now when this video comes out probably, or maybe not, we'll see. Like the matchups are probably going to be set. But regardless, I think that the Cavaliers have a way easier first round matchup. So I think whichever team makes it, I think that the Cavaliers are going to probably sweep them. I think this is probably going to be the only sweep of the first round. Now, don't get me wrong. It depends what Cavaliers we see. Like, I won't be surprised if Trae Young steals a game or Tyler Hero and, the Heat steal a game. Because I don't think the Heat are like, I'm not going to say they're really good, obviously. Like, I mean, they're 8th for a reason, but I'm saying, like, since losing Jimmy, they've been holding up pretty well. So they can definitely take a game from the Cavaliers. It's not impossible. I mean, it's definitely not. And you also don't know, like, the Cavs have been really good in the regular season. But they're also a very young team. Hopefully, though, the Cavaliers are on their stuff right away and they just take care of business fast. Now, this is probably the hardest first round matchup in the Eastern Conference. As I mean, it's a 4 and 5 seed. 4 and 5, 4 versus 5 are always great matchups. Always, like, we know this. And I think there's always the most upsets from a 5th seed. And speaking of upsets by a 5th seed, I think I'm leaning more towards Milwaukee in this series. But it depends on the healthiness of Damian Lillard. I heard something about him getting cleared and he should play, but you never know. I don't know if he's going to be 100%. He hasn't played basketball in a while. How's it going to go? That's why I have Milwaukee taking this in 7, because I feel like if Damian Lillard is going to play, like, I'm not saying he's going to be rusty, but I don't think that, like, in Indiana always fight. I mean, Indiana the last couple of years, they've been up there. Like, they've been close. Especially you saw them in the NBA Cup. Like, they definitely fight. So it's going to be tough. I feel like Game 7 is a little weird because it's going to be in Indiana, and Pacers at home play really good, so it's not going to be a walk in the park for Milwaukee. Milwaukee might even take this game in 6. Like, this might even go just 6. It might not even hit 7 games. But my point is, this can go either way. I mean, it's a 4th and 5th seed. It's the most competitive it can get. Giannis is going to definitely do his thing. It's all about Damian Lillard and the supporting cast. So yeah, but I think the safer bet is to go with Milwaukee. But it's going to be tough. And I think even if Damian Lillard wasn't to play, I still think that if Indiana could win, but it would be like 6 games. It would still be competitive. Next is Knicks and Pistons. Now, this is a really weird series, kind of like similar to the Timberwolves and Lakers series, because a 6 seed is that team where they fought hard to not get into the play-in, and it's not a team where you want to sleep on so much, especially Detroit. I mean, Detroit's a very young team. Obviously, Cade Cunningham, like, again, I haven't watched Detroit a lot this season. I think a lot of people were shocked by their team because, Detroit has not been good in the last couple of years. Like, they have not been good. So it's really exciting to finally see a newer team come into the mix, and they're very hungry to win. However, I think the Knicks right now, they're in a tough spot. Like, they haven't really won games against like the top teams, but they've held up to get to that 3rd spot, which is why I have them winning this series. Now, this series, at first, I think I said to myself, this series, I feel like it's either going to be 5 or 6. Like, I want to say 6 and be generous because, I don't want to sleep too much on the Pistons. I haven't watched them play. But I might do 6, actually. I don't know. It's between 5 or 6. I mean, whatever. Let's just leave it at 6. I think the Pistons are going to fight. I think if there's a team that's like, the Knicks are known for literally, like, I don't want to say lose to anybody, but like, you guys, like, if you guys are Knicks fans, you know what I mean. Like, the Knicks could either be very good or they could literally mess you up. Like, you know what I mean? So I definitely don't think they're going to lose. I'm just saying, they're going to make it hard for themselves. I don't think they're just going to breeze past the Pistons for sure. But I think their new starting 5 with Mikal Bridges, you have Towns, you add more defense. I think they're definitely going to be like a sleeper team, to watch. I mean, they're a 3rd seed, but you know what I mean. And then next is the Celtics and Magic. Now, this series, I have the Celtics winning this in 5. I just kind of had my mind on that already. I just think the Magic, it's kind of a similar story to the Pistons. If the Magic were playing the Knicks, maybe you could say, like, I'd give them a better chance, like a way better chance. But you're playing the defending champions. Yeah, the defending champions are a 2nd seed this year, not a 1st. But I mean, it's just not going to be easy. Like, you're like the way that the Magic have been playing towards a little bit of the end of the season. You're gonna have to rely on like your entire starting 5 scoring, not just one player. You're gonna have to rely on having a deep team to beat the Celtics team, hitting a lot of threes. It's not gonna be easy to beat them. I mean, the Celtics have Drew Holiday, which is an exceptional defender. Like, it's not gonna be easy. And then if they have Porzingis and all them healthy, yeah, I don't see the Magic winning more than maybe 6, but I don't even think it's gonna be 6. I think 5 is a good number. But I think the Celtics will have I think the Magic will be a little bit harder for the Celtics than either of these 2 teams against the Cavs. That's why I have them sweeping. So yeah, I think that's good for what we have there. So let's go back to here. So we're into the semis now. Again, I'm sorry if the video is a little too long. We want to give our exact details, predictions, and thoughts. We want to keep everything raw, cut nothing out. We want to make sure that you guys hear us out and, hopefully enjoy our rant about who's going to win. But yeah, so moving on, we have the Thunder and the Nuggets. Now, this series, just because of the Nuggets, like, they fired their coach. And that's another thing I forgot to mention. The Nuggets firing their coach is going to be something to watch because we might see the Nuggets be the Nuggets they were last year, or we might see them completely just, fall out. I think them getting past the Clippers is going to be a little too much for them because it's going to be so close and they might not even win against the Clippers. You don't know. So I think them playing that game after Thunder have like an easier series, it's going to be tough for them to take out the Thunder because it's going to go 6-7 games. And for that reason, I have the Thunder winning this. I can't seem to decide though if I want to put this as 7 games, because I think at first I put 7 games, but now that I think about it, Nuggets playing 2 game sevens, like it's gonna be a little tough. So maybe I put them in 6. All right, we'll do 7. We'll do 7. We'll do 7. It's all right. Maybe that's what catches up to them and tires them out. We'll just do 7. Again, it doesn't really matter what the series gets predicted. It's more so of who wins. But I think the Thunder slightly edge them out. Like I said, it all depends on how they are with their new coach, and also having Russell Westbrook is like how he's gonna adjust in the playoffs. I know before when he's played for the Lakers and stuff like that, or the Rockets, there hasn't been a lot of spacing because of the 3 ball and things like that. He seems to have worked a little well for the Thunder. I know there's been times where like it's been the coach firing and stuff like that, like all the drama that's been going on. I get it, but he's still he's put up his triple doubles. He's still he's still a name in the NBA, so you can't just count him out completely. I don't think that they're going to win because of that factor. That's what I've always said, so I'm going to stick by my word, so that's why I have the Thunder. Now, Lakers and Warriors, the typical LeBron versus Curry matchup. I'm glad we're going to get this in the second round and not the first, because that would have been godly awful. So, thank the basketball lords. Again, this I think is going to be a great series to watch. We've already seen it unfold multiple times. I think, with LeBron having Luka now and Curry having Jimmy, it's the supporting cast that's going to get each other through. So it's going to be a fun series to watch. Now, I do think that I'm going to put the Lakers in this one to win. But whether the Lakers win in 6 or 7, that's another story. I'm probably going to say Lakers in 6. It's going to be a close 6, but I think they do it. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes 7, but I'm going to say 6. I think that the Warriors with Jimmy Butler are very good. I just don't think that that's enough for them. I think if Podziemski plays not as good like he did in the play-in, and because the Lakers have some really, the Lakers' defense is really good, and I feel like Luka Doncic can kind of match Curry a little bit. It's gonna be hard having Jimmy Butler on him probably, but I still think he's gonna find a way to do it. And I think if there's one teammate that could beat the Warriors with the Lakers, I think it's gonna be him. Because LeBron, every time he played with AD, he never had he wasn't as healthy to help him. I think if they were always healthy, it was going to be always hard to stop that duo. But I think getting Luka is not like a downgrade. I think you get actually an upgrade. And Lakers have figured out their defense this season. That's been the biggest question mark. They've figured out their defense without AD. So I think that's going to come a long way against the Warriors. They've slowed down Curry before. I think Curry's just going to be Curry, but if they can slow down a little bit of Jimmy's game and they can play the post very well, I think that the Lakers should be able to come up with this matchup. I think it's going to be very close games, very competitive games, but I think the Lakers are going to do it in 6. Now, let's go down to the semifinals over here. So we have Cavs and Bucks. Now, I think the Cavs are lucky that the Bucks aren't what the Bucks were before. I think, the Bucks, when they're fully healthy, they would be a different story. It just depends if after that Pacers series, are they gelling well? How's it going with Lillard coming back? Because if it's that case, if it's in that case, the Bucks can definitely be competitive enough to beat the Cavaliers. I don't see it happening though. I think the Cavs and the Celtics by far right now are like the 2 favorites for sure. I mean, obviously 1 and 2 seeds. So I'm gonna go Cavs in 6 because of that. I think that this is going to be obviously a little harder for the Cavaliers instead of their first round matchup, but I think they're going to have a lot of fuel in their tank to overcome the Bucks, so that's why I have them winning. And I think 6 games is a pretty good prediction. I mean, I think if it goes 7, the Cavs still win. I think the Cavaliers' defense is really good, and they have a really good starting 5. I think they're going to be a little bit too much for the Milwaukee Bucks. But again, it all comes down to whether Damian Lillard, is Damian Lillard. And I feel like even if the Pacers were to win, I still think the Cavaliers would win. I like them in this spot right now, for them right now. So yeah, Knicks and Celtics, this is going to be really good to watch. I mean, this is probably going to be just like the Golden State Warriors and the Lakers are probably the best series here, besides maybe the Nuggets and Clippers maybe. I think that this is going to be probably the best matchup so far. Like, obviously, like the next round is going to be good too, but as of right now, I think this is going to be a really good matchup. I think we're underrating a little bit the Knicks. I still think that the Celtics beat the Knicks just because the Knicks, like, the Knicks have always been like, they're good, but they're not good enough. Like, I feel like anytime they've ever played a big team, like any good team this season, I know this is the playoffs, I get it, but anytime they've played a big team, they've never been able to win. I think that the Celtics, with their elite like experience, it's just so hard to bet against the Celtics. You know what I mean? And especially with the easier first round matchup that they get, I think that the Celtics are gonna really edge them out. It's like I said, it's gonna be very close. Every game is gonna be so close. It's gonna be a battle. I'm telling you. But if Jalen Brunson stays healthy, this will be a great series to watch. Like there's nothing better than like the Celtics being in the Garden, like in Madison Square Garden. There's nothing better. So it's gonna be good. But I'm gonna say Celtics in 7. I think the Knicks are gonna give them a very good run for their money, but I think the Celtics are gonna beat them. I know a lot of people have the Celtics easily beating the Knicks like in 5 games or something. I don't think it's gonna be that easy. I think the Knicks are gonna fight. Probably 7's being a little generous, maybe 6, but let's just leave it at 7 because I think that it's going to be a good series. So moving on this side here for the Western Conference, we have the Thunder and the Lakers. Now, I think that this is where I'm not going to say the Lakers are going to struggle, but this is where games are going to be traded. I don't think that the Lakers are going to just like easily do this. Again, the Thunder obviously with an insane record this season. I think though, the Lakers will find a way to try to figure them out. Again, Lakers having Luka, LeBron, they're going to do their thing, of course. It's the playoffs. They're definitely going to do their thing. If they stay healthy, like I said, it will be really hard to stop them. I think with Austin Reeves being that third all-star for them, I think it's going to really help them. And then you have supporting players. Like if they're supporting players, the Lakers like come in and hit some threes and do good. And if their defense holds up to like slow down Shea a little bit, I know it's not easy to slow down Shea. Like it's so much easier to say it than like do it. But in the playoffs, we've seen before in the playoffs how one player cannot win you a series. Like having one player cannot win you everything. You know what I mean? So you're gonna need that help. I'm not saying the Thunder don't have like other players that can step up. I'm just saying with the way Shea Gilgeous plays, like dropping those 50, 60 ball numbers, like it's not going to be that easy in the playoffs for him. And I think this is where it comes to an end because you play the Nuggets, right? You beat them and you barely beat them, right? Like barely, like it's going to be a grueler. And then you got to go play the Lakers, a hungry Lakers team who just came from a crazy series against the Warriors. They're going to have blood running through them as well. I think like the Thunder playing the Nuggets and the Lakers playing the Warriors is gonna make this series even more intense if both teams make it because they're gonna be in like very, very crazy playoff mode. So I think it's gonna come down to the Lakers winning, maybe even 6, but I'm gonna say 7 because I feel like it's gonna be a really good series. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do 6. You know why? Because I feel like when the Lakers play at home. The Lakers at home are just like the Lakers when they play at home, they're just a different Laker team. Like when you have LeBron and Luka, like the Lake show is just it's different. So because I feel like in Game 7, bro, the Thunder have like the edge there maybe just because they're home. But either way though, like I think the Lakers could do it. I know it's the first year and it's putting them there, but they've looked good. I mean, we can't be wrong. Like if they had a center, I don't think that I think it would just be so easy to just pick them if they had a center. But it's still gonna be good. Cavs and Celtics. Now this is the matchup we've all been waiting for. I feel like a lot of people's brackets look like this. I think if there's any other teams that can come close, it's maybe just the Knicks. Maybe. Obviously they're a 3rd seed, but the Knicks have always been like they've been close. They've just never gotten to that next step. Maybe Karl Anthony Towns can help them. Maybe. So I won't be surprised, but. Regardless, though, until they show me something, I'm going to have the Celtics playing the Cavaliers in the finals. Now, if the Cavaliers' young core can get it together and they can translate their NBA season, regular season, into the playoffs, it's going to be very tough to stop this Cavaliers team if they can translate it into the playoffs. However, if they choke against like Milwaukee or something and Milwaukee gets it here, the Celtics easily are making the finals. But because of how I have them like this, I have the Cavaliers winning this series. Now I'm going to tell you why, right? At first, I said to myself, Celtics and Lakers, like, what a final that'll be. Like, why wouldn't that be the finals? Like, that would be a massive final. Like, it would be, the two, like, greatest teams going at it in basketball, whatever. But I want to make this interesting. This is why I'm going to say the Cavaliers are going to make it. You know why? Because I feel like the Cavaliers are going to play the Lakers, right? Right? Hear me out. And LeBron is going to win another ring, but in Cleveland, Ohio. He's going to win where his hometown is because, right, when LeBron won his last ring against Miami, right, he won it against Miami, against his older team. Now he's going to win again, but in Cleveland. And as crazy as that sounds, that's just the narrative that I want. I think it would be better for like TV, for ratings, for cinema. I think it would be really cool. But I won't be surprised if the Celtics beat the Cavaliers. Like, I know a lot of people's brackets probably look like, Lakers playing the Celtics. I do like this Cavaliers team though. I mean, they're not first for no reason, I love Donovan Mitchell's leadership. He's really good. Him being their star player, I think he's going to look good. Darius Garland, like this team, especially with their paint defense and like their starting five, they definitely have something to say to the Celtics because both teams are very good defensively. But that's why I'm going to pick Cleveland though, for that reason why I just told you guys. And I'm also going to put Lakers in 6 because of that. Whether it's 6 or 7, I don't care. But my point is, I think that he wins his final game in Cleveland, whether it's game 6 or game 7 in Cleveland, whatever it is. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna go 4 or 5. So I think that's just how I have it. That's what I want to do for my finals. So I feel like that's my bracket there. And yeah, I mean, again, first year, it's a question mark. For the Lakers, if they gel together. They've looked good, so I'm assuming that hopefully this is good. But if not them, then probably the Thunder, I'd say. I mean, they've just looked really, really good. But again, I won't be surprised. So yeah. But yeah, that's gonna do it for my picks. Hopefully I didn't offend any of you guys. Hopefully again, everything's an opinion based. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know you guys' thoughts on, your pick'em brackets. Good luck to all your teams if they're in. Hopefully we enjoy and watch amazing playoffs. And I'm looking forward to it, guys. So, yeah, happy Easter to you all if you're celebrating. I know it's this weekend. And yeah, it's been your boy Chris, and I'm out. Peace.